on TV and in the media, even in the newspaper, and you've seen gorgeous tarot spreads all over Instagram, but you are just kind of like not sure if you want to start learning tarot. Don't worry, I'm here to help.
Hi, I'm YQ from Tarot Singapore Online. I teach tarot in Singapore and I asked my followers, what sort of questions do you have about tarot? And I gathered some of their questions and I realized that all these questions are actually myths that are stopping them from really, really using tarot. So, what is tarot? In contrast to what you see on TV where tarot is used for fortune telling, currently tarot is really, really popular among people who want to just like self help and to really figure out what they want from life because I see tarot as kind of like an ink blot test where you are able to use the different cards to jog different feelings, different memories, different things that your intuition is trying to tell you. But because you can't really access it, you need the help of cards. It is nothing scary at all. Do not worry. Let's kind of start with this myth.
Are spirits involved in tarot reading?
I think this misconception comes from religious people who don't want people to start reading tarot because they kind of feel that, oh, what is actually telling all these things inside the tarot cards? It's spirits. But in reality, it's the reader perception, it's the reader's intuition, it's the reader's own experience that actually help you interpret the cards.
Here's another thing I keep hearing. I'm not psychic, so I cannot read tarot.
The truth is, psychic, mediums, tarot readers, intuitives, healers. There's just too many terms out there in the spiritual world, but definitely you do not have to be psychic to read tarot. In fact, I'm not a psychic at all. I don't hear messages from above, but I do listen to messages on the inside. So with tarot, I'm actually listening to my inner voice, to my intuition versus anything that's outside, which relates to the spirit thing as well. Because some people think that the messages are coming from outside, when in reality, the messages are from the inside. So do not worry, you do not have to be psychic to read tarot.
Here's another myth that I heard, that your lifespan would be shortened if you read tarot because you're trying to see your future.
So I can kind of see where this misconception comes from because I believe it's the Chinese tradition, there's a sense that if you want something, then your life would be like cut off because you're trying to like access things that are meant for you. In reality, you're not really looking too far ahead. You're not actually going down to, hell, because in Chinese, it's like going down to hell, looking at like the books where it's like registers everything in your life. It's not. For me, the tarot shows you what might happen based on the current path you're on. There are many, many ways for your path to actually diverge, and when you're reading the cards, it's just one of the paths that can happen. And the best thing is that if you realize the path that you're going on, it's not it's not going too well, or that you realize that it's not going to bring you a lot of joy, you can always turn and move away to another path.
Which leads to this myth. There's a myth going around that tarot readings are set in stone, so if your cards are terrible, you're doomed. No.
Whenever I do a reading, when bad cards turn up, we're gonna have to talk about bad cards next time. Bad cards turn up, I always pull an additional card for action. So how do we avoid this? How do we make this situation much better than it actually is? And think about it. If you were driving a car and then you see this sign saying that, accident prone area ahead, what do? You're just like, I'm gonna go into an accident. Let me just, not move. I'll just put my car here and not move at all. No, when you see that sign, that accident-prone area is just in front, what you do is you drive carefully. So with the help of tarot, you're able to see whether your path is actually smooth riding or whether your path needs some changing, and you just need to drive a bit more carefully. So don't worry if bad cards come up. It is not set in stone. Do not worry.
So this is a question that's very valid. Some people think that, oh, what if I'm not gifted at tarot? Maybe I just wouldn't start.
Here's the thing. If you never start, you never know. That's one of my mottos in life. I try everything and then I ditch those I don't. In tarot, there's 78 cards you can try. Just start trying the first 22 major arcana cards to try learning them. And if you realize that maybe you're not someone who actually likes looking at pictures to tell stories, then you can definitely choose another modality in the spiritual realm to help you, figure out your life. Also, I wouldn't say that there's anything called gifted when it comes to tarot. I know there are people who are more intuitive, who are able to access it easier, but it's just like Duolingo, You download the Duolingo app, you don't expect yourself to be fluent in French in 2 days, right? So imagine learning tarot reading as learning a second language, because it is a different language, but it's a language that's more visual, it's a language that's more storytelling.
This one is so funny when I saw it. So someone told me that they're afraid of what might come up in the cards. What if I can't take it? Well,
it tickles me because number one, I had a lot of clients basically you tell them what's happening and then just I was like, I'm not gonna listen, I'm not gonna it is not what I wanna hear, so I'm not gonna listen. Girl, you can always take it. You can always steel yourself to whatever is coming up. And guess what? If you see something bad in the cards, as I mentioned just now, just pull another card to tell you what's the next step, how you can make it better versus like trying to just bang your head against the wall when the cards tell you not to do it.
There's a myth that you need to know all the tarot meanings before you can start reading the card.
No, actually, you can start step by step. So I mentioned that you can start first with the major arcana, then hop into the minor arcana. And guess what? You don't have to have a full grasp of all the correct meanings as well, because tarot is really, really intuitive as well. Tarot is really about storytelling as well, and then adapting what you see in the cards into the situation. So it's not all book learning, but then it's also not all like intuitive reading as well. So I believe that you need to have a good blend of both so that you're able to handle the card readings better.
Tarot has 78 cards. It'll take me so long to learn.
French has I don't know how many words, 10,000, 11,000 words. People still learn it. It's basically something that you need to know that there is a process to start learning. Don't be afraid of it. Don't be too lazy. Just start learning. And guess what? I have been teaching tarot for a long time, and I had people go out of my class after 3 hours and they can start reading on their own. So it's really, if you're able to have a systematic process to learn, it's much easier versus trying to like grab everything from the internet and then like just like studying a bit of this, studying a bit of that. But I do think that studying is better than not trying at all. So let me know which of the misconception and myths did you actually believe in. Let me know in the comments. Or if you have other tarot questions, let me know in the comments as well and I'll try to help you out with that. If you're interested in learning tarot, you can always check out my video that teaches you the step-by-step method to actually do a tarot reading. So go check it out.